How are you guys doing? I hope everybody's doing well, you're thriving, you're succeeding, and if you're taking on the challenge of life, you're giving it your best and your all. All right, today I wanted to talk about, in this lecture, I want to talk about running your own race. Because a lot of times, especially in the age of social media, digital, and whatnot, we look at other people winning and we start getting nervous about our own lives. We start getting nervous that we're going nowhere and others are winning and we ain't achieving anything of note or of value. You will see people posting up, I got a new Mercedes Benz, or I got a new G-Wagon, or I got an airplane, or I got a new master's degree, I got a PhD, I opened up a new store, I went to the Bahamas. Basically, this show-off sphere that has become the norm of Instagram, of Facebook, where people are just showing you what good things they have in their life. My life is great. I'm eating good food. My life is great. I got a great car. My life is great. I'm so beautiful. Especially women. Women are out there on a nuclear war, an arms race to show who's to get the most likes and show which woman is the most beautiful. I'm more beautiful than she is. She's more beautiful. Every day women post nothing but pictures of themselves. They never post pictures of other things. Like majority of women are posting pictures of their bodies or them twerking or something, dancing. How many of them are posting up pictures of what they think about important issues in the world, or something interesting they saw in a newspaper, or a book they're reading, or an interesting place? No, there's no conversations of deeper issues. It's all, look how beautiful I am. Look at me, my titties. I was looking at one girl. I think she was in a Pharrell music video back in the day. She's a very attractive girl. But I was disappointed after checking out her Instagram handle, and all her pictures are physical. Everything is about her body and her looks. I'm so pretty. Look at my titties. Look at my face. I was like, you know what? It turns me off. As a man, she's gorgeous, but it turns me off. It turns me off because it makes me feel like she's shallow and she overemphasizes her beauty as the most important and only thing she has to offer, which, if you watch my other video about why beauty doesn't matter as much as you think, or it's not as important as you think it is, it tells me that this person is possibly got nothing to offer. Apart from her looks, she possibly has nothing else to offer in terms of intellect, in terms of fun factor, in terms of new perspectives on life. She may not have anything to add to that. Or maybe she's just being clever and knows that men personally like click more on pictures of titties than they do on pictures of thoughts about nuclear physics or oceanic life or poetry, whatever. But the point is, that's the situation. But now to look at other people posting pictures on Instagram or driving down your street in a Mercedes Benz, and you start feeling that, oh my God, I am nowhere. Nothing is happening in my life. I'm a loser. I'm a punk. And especially when it comes to men and relationships, because if you date women, one of the things you might experience is a woman leaving you for a guy she thinks is more successful than you, more ambitious than you. He's got his plans more in order than yours. And she's got no time trying to work through things with you or trying to see you succeed. She'd rather go with a guy who's already succeeding. So that can be a huge hit to your ego and to your self-value, because you gave that person that power to determine part of your self-value was this person choosing you and this person saying that you are better than others. The fact that they chose somebody else can make you feel like, I am worthless. I am not enough. I'm just trash. So that's one of the circumstances where that can happen as well, where somebody leaves you and goes and starts seeing somebody else, and he is earning more, he's better looking, he's got more things than you, he's more successful than you. It can be crushing to your ego, but you still got to understand, run your own race. The hunter cannot focus on what other people are doing. He has to focus on improving his own skills so he can hunt better. If you want to hunt, if you want to be a better hunter as a man, you've got to say, okay, look, I acknowledge other people have G-Wagons. I acknowledge other people have Rolls Royces, Bentleys, private jets. I acknowledge other men may have prettier girlfriends. I acknowledge other men may have a bigger car than mine, but I'm running my own race. And I've got to decide what my end goal is, what is my desired state. Maybe I don't want a Rolls Royce. I want an F-150 truck, or I don't want a mansion. I want a 3-bedroom house. I just want a nice apartment. I don't need a mansion. Or I don't want to wear Gucci and Louis Vuitton. I am perfectly fine just wearing a random t-shirt. All that's possible. And because of that, you have to understand that you're not running other people's race, because you're running a race where the outcomes that are considered success are defined by you. You need to define what success looks like for you. What is the end state of success for you? What are you doing with your life? What kind of experiences are you having? And based on that, you can now determine that you can go back and say, okay, based on that, what is it that I'm looking for? What is it that I'm seeking? What is it I would like to do and experience? And based on that, you can start looking at where you are on the track record. Am I close? Am I far? It doesn't matter whether this person has a 10-bedroom mansion. I don't want a 10-bedroom mansion. I want a 1-bedroom apartment. I'm cool with that. Nothing wrong with that. Not everybody has to desire to have a private jet, a Bentley, a G-Wagon, wear Louis Vuitton. Whatever you desire in life, that's your success, and that is your right. You have a right to the success that you desire, right? Because of that, it means that you should stop wasting your time looking at other people and say, oh my God, they got this and got that. Did you actually want a Benz? Not really. You just feel awkward because they have a Benz. Maybe you are pretty okay driving your Toyota Corolla. You just like a nice system on nice rims and you are perfectly happy. You should be happy with progress towards your goals. But at the same time, you've got to understand this. Your season and your time are not the same as somebody else's. There's a lot of times we look at, oh my God, this guy's got married already, man. This guy's got 3 kids, man. This guy's already got this guy's got a daughter that's already this old. This dude is living his best life. He's on TV. He's got a TV show. He's written 10 books. He's surfing the world. He's got a Rolls Royce. You're busy looking at what other people have, but look, focus on what you want to have. Focus on working your plan, because there will be the time where your success comes into harvest, right? You are sowing seeds and working a field if you're not bumming around, sitting around, smoking weed and doing nothing useful to yourself, that is. But if you're working and you're putting the effort in and you're building something, chances are, if you're being pragmatic, you're paying attention to responses to what you're trying to do from the universe, seeing what other people are doing in the same field are doing that makes them successful, and copying it and borrowing it and evolving it, you should most likely achieve success, especially if you're consistent over a long period of time. It may take somebody 1 year to be successful. That's them. That's their time. You working hard, but you're not successful after 2 years. Now you sweating. You scared now that you may never be nothing. Vet your plan. Does your plan make sense? Think about it. Talk to a mentor about it. See somebody who's doing the same thing that's successful and see what they're doing and see if you can borrow from it. Stick to your plan. Don't change it because, oh my God, I don't think I'm ever going to be successful like this. I think I need to do something different because that's what other people are doing and they're succeeding. Stick to your plan. There are people who are successful in telecommunications. There are people that are successful in clothing. There are people that are successful in entertainment. There are people that are successful in the car business. There are people that are successful in the jelly making business. There are people that are successful in the computer repair business. There are people successful in so many vocations on earth, doing so many different things that maybe you just need to understand that it's not your time yet. Your season of success hasn't come yet. You're putting in the effort. Oh my God, other guys are married and every time I get involved with a woman, it goes wrong. She runs off and starts sleeping with some other guy. Relax, learn from those mistakes. You've made mistakes, forgive yourself. You made mistakes with your business, they fell apart. Forgive yourself. You've made mistakes with the choice of career. Forgive yourself. You made mistakes with not getting education or getting the wrong education. Forgive yourself and say, what am I going to do now? How am I going to change my life? How am I going to put my life back on track? My suggestion, my thought is that I'm going to try the following. Always have plans, guys. I mean, all this stuff, it's not just about making these videos, it's also about focusing my mind on what do I want to achieve? Where do I want to go? Am I on track? What's failing? How am I making a mistake? How am I losing? What didn't I see in the past that led to failure that I can learn from? How can I do better? How can I be better? That's so important to analyze. The reason you're not successful is because you're not doing the things that you're supposed to do to achieve the success, or your season of success has not come yet, or you need to move to a new space where your success is going to happen. Look, Drake is from Canada, yet he moved to the United States. Why? Because that's where the success of him being an artist could happen. It couldn't happen in Canada, but it did happen in the United States. And you've got to understand the same thing, that sometimes you're not successful because you're in the wrong place, guys. You're in the wrong country. You are amongst the wrong community. You're in the wrong town. Your seed is planted in soil that is not conducive to allowing it to grow. It doesn't have the nitrogen content to allow your kind of seed to become a tree. You've got to take your seed and put it in soils that are best suited for ensuring it grows healthy, naturally, and as big as possible. Because the fruit that that tree that you are is going to bear is a value that is going to be given to others. A mango tree, a guava tree, a grape vineyard. Those fruits that we eat from that grape plant or from that mango tree are because it found the right soil in which to grow and managed to reach maturity and gave us its benefits. If it had been planted in the wrong soil, we would never have that benefit. So do not see it as a bad thing if you got to move cities, move countries. You've got to run away from people who are negative to people who are positive. You've got to put yourself in positive soil, in soil that is conducive to your growth. Do not make the mistake of thinking, yeah, well, I can't succeed, or I'm going to keep fighting to succeed here. You could be in the wrong soil. You need to get away from it and be in soil that is conducive to your growth. You need to understand that, look, your progress in life, your success in life has a different time and a place to other men and other women. You might not be married right now. You may be finding it difficult to keep a relationship right now. Focus on learning the lessons of how to keep a relationship, how to learn to be in a relationship, how to meet the needs of other people in a relationship. Make your downtime where nothing seems to be happening the time that you learn, the time that you reflect, the time that you grow, the time that you become better, so that by the time you start succeeding, you've laid a foundation that allows that success to stand tall for a generation or even more. A tree doesn't grow in a place where its roots can't take hold. Work on tilling that soil. Work on making sure the foundation is there. Have I made a foundation that allows me to have a wife? Have I made a foundation that allows me to have a girlfriend? Have I made a foundation that allows me to be successful in business? Have I made a foundation that allows me to be successful in the corporate world? Have I made a foundation that allows me to be successful wherever I choose to be? My season of success will come. Yes, I see other people driving G-Wagons and getting all these things, and it freaks me out. Me too. Definitely freaks me out to see other guys succeeding and having, man, I want to have kids. This guy has beautiful children. And, as a guy, you see that kind of stuff. It's not like women are the only ones who want to get married. Men also want to get married. You do get jealous. You see another guy and he's got a beautiful wife and he's got a gorgeous kids, and you want a family too. You want that. It's normal. But don't start stressing or getting depressed about it. Realize, let me learn what I need to learn so I can be able to have it. Let me keep the vision of having it in my mind and be positive and faithful about it and keep walking towards that direction, because you will get there. Your season of success will come. Run your race. Don't suddenly change your race to another man's race because he's got a 10-bedroom mansion. Now I want a 10-bedroom mansion. You didn't want that before. You only want it because he's making you feel like you're inadequate. It's your insecurities that are making you feel that way. But if you are certain of what you want, if you understand that everybody's running their own race, and if you also understand at the end of the day, all these people throwing things out on Instagram and all this stuff, half that stuff, if not 80% of that stuff, is false. It's lies. It's facade. People are pretending to be happier than they really are. People are pretending to be more successful than they really are. People are not showing you the negative. They're not showing you the bad side of it. They're not showing you the struggles. They're only showing you the successes or implied successes. Life has negatives and positives. There's nobody who can say that their whole life is everything is positive. It's impossible. That's not how the world works. So if you're seeing everybody else winning, consider that maybe sometimes they're just fronting. They're flexing on you. They borrowed that car. They don't own that mansion. You have no idea. You don't know them. They could be pretending to be somebody successful when in fact they are nobodies. So be aware, be certain you will succeed. Stick to your plan. Work your plan. Be consistent with your plan and run your race as best as you can run it. And make sure that you know what success looks like for you, because that's the race that you're really running. Because your life is your life, and you will only be able to be yourself and to live your life, not another life or not somebody else's life. All right. Until next time, guys, run your race, do more, be more, become more on your purpose.